Hey guys, let's see. Cat is here, and the like is done. Of course, the like is done. Jack's always on the ball, gets the job done. Nothing escapes Cat and Jack's notice. How was your day, Cat? How was work? Are you actually here, or did you just stop by? We never know. I never know. I'm sleepy. Gonna see how the evening chat flows. If it's flowing well, well, who knows? I don't want to set anything in place. We'll just see how the evening unfolds. See that Big Al was here. Big Al is here. What's up, Big Al? Do you get out on your bike today? Phoenix is here, says, tag, you're it. I'm always it. Dolly says, Big Al, hey. Dolly, how are you, my friend? So, you know what, Dolly? Thinking about you a bit. You put out a lot of energy for so many people. Good. Dolly says, I'm outside sunbathing and feeling it was so good. Because I was going to say, because you do so much, you put out so much energy. I hope you take time, feet in the grass, bare feet in the grass, and sun on your face. And what do I hear? That you're outside and you got the sun on your face. And Big Al says he did get on his bike. Nice. The real Daniel says, hi. Appreciate you coming in, the real Daniel. Sepper says, evening, Eric and everyone. Evening, Sepper. How are you? What's up, Leo? Leo says, wishing you a great afternoon, brother. This next beer is for you. Well, thank you. Someone's got to drink for me, man. I can't do it myself anymore. It's up to you, Leo. It's a big job. Man, nobody wants to drink like I used to drink. I was a pro. Try to be a professional in everything that I do, meaning I show up and I generally give it my best, whatever my best might be. What's up, Jamie? Jamie, I watched your short doing pistols. Nice job. Dolly says, love you so much. I want you to know I hope you're having a blessed day. I'm taking some time sitting in the sun and just praying and being quiet. I'm really enjoying the warmth, the sound of the birds. Nice. When you're in that place, everything becomes a prayer. The greatest prayer of all is appreciation, of course. That's the thing that set me off. That quote from Meister Eckhart, the German Christian mystic. The only prayer one ever said the entirety of their life was thank you. That would be enough. I don't know why. I had put Christianity largely behind me at that time, but I read that quote and it floored me. And I thought, why not? Let's try it. Let's try to pray. Pray our way by saying thank you. And it's a practice every morning. There might be an occasional morning. It still slips my mind. Maybe, not often. You know, Trident, um, and be confident. We're in. I suspect there's a connection between the two. I suspect there's a connection there with our friend uh, Lerdax as well. However, it doesn't matter. Hey, Raven, Sissy's here. Hello, one and all. He seems to be a bit struggling with his faith. I find that those who are most strident in getting others to see faith their ways are the ones that are the most doubtful, but they're afraid. They're afraid of that doubt. I love how Zen, specifically Korean Zen, Adyashanti, the great modern spiritual master, non-duality master who practiced Zen for quite some time, said you may as well start with I don't know, because that's where you're going to end up. All the spiritual practice that you do now, all the breath work, all the meditation, all the self-inquiry, all the prayers, leads you eventually to just shrugging. I don't know. Someone will say, so what is God? Who is God? And the answer has to be, because anything you say is just a description, and a description is never the thing itself. Hey, Abigail. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. That's absolutely awesome to hear, Abigail. I'm always so happy when you're doing amazing. Danny, how are you, my friend? Bill Daniel says, what do you mean, Squirrel Sniper? What do you mean? What do you mean, Squirrel Sniper? What did I miss? Jamie says, as I've earlier, did a long workout. Nice. Didn't get a chance to stop in. However, I did check out your short. And Jamie says, thanks. You're welcome. That takes time to come to get it just right. But I see you practicing. I see you getting better. Sniper says, Real Daniel, I answered both your posts. Jimmy have issues with your very first post. Did I miss this first post? How's your day going, Sniper? Yogi, can you answer my question left in my post? What was your question? I didn't see it. All I see is said hi. I don't see anything else. I'll certainly try to answer a question. You want to ask me again? Big Al, how long did you ride for? So, anyway. Hey, Karen. We struggle on the spiritual path, quite a few of us, getting it just right. Am I doing it right? And we're so often racked with guilt. Even Course of Miracles students. And guess what? The Course of Miracles, the entirety of the program, 365 lessons, 700 and some page text, a manual for teachers, is all about undoing a world made from the projection of guilt. And yet we feel like we're not practicing it good enough. So we add guilt upon our guilt, and then we add guilt for not unraveling guilt. It's simpler, much simpler than all of that. Hi, Willa. Be kind. And when you find it impossible to be kind, forgive. End of spiritual path. You don't need to dive into greater realms of consciousness. It's always cool when that happens, by the way, guys. You don't need to visit the Tibetan Buddhist bardos. You don't need to know a single thing about a past life. You don't need to know what your future life's going to be. Be kind every opportunity you have the chance. Your ego does not want to always be kind. Your ego will start to bargain with you. Be kind anyway. Your ego will not want to forgive, because if you forgive, someone might think you're weak. You might be letting someone off the hook. They might go out and do it to you again. So you think. Forgive anyway. Because this is how we see past the ego. When you see past the ego, you see this isn't the world at all. This world of solidity, this world of guilt, this world of pettiness, this world of warfare, this world of crime, this world of just people choosing to be unkind to each other. It's not real, but we accept it as so, and we perpetuate it, but we don't have to. See through it. Be kind. Forgive. The end. The spiritual path. You will be enlightened. One act of forgiveness. What is it about ancient hatred? I'm glad you asked me that. We'll find out. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Just give me a second. I will catch up in the chat. I promise you. I want to look something up. But isn't that good news? You don't have to worry about getting it wrong, because getting it wrong gives you an opportunity to be kind. Getting it wrong gives you an opportunity to forgive yourself. And the entire thing is about forgiveness. This is what we can do wherever. The holiest of all the spots on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. That's one of the most beautiful things in the entirety of the course. Read one more thing from the same chapter. Around you, angels hover lovingly to keep away all darkened thoughts of sin and keep the light where it has entered in. Your footprint lightens up the world. Your footprint, you, lightens up the world. For where you walk, forgiveness gladly goes with you. No one on earth but offers thanks to one who has restored his home and sheltered him from bitter winter and the freezing cold. But that one part, the holiest of all spots on earth, is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. That can be right here. That can be right here in this live stream. Someone eventually will, maybe tonight, will come in with something, not too great to say to me, to you. That's an ancient hatred. Seems present, but it's ancient. All right, let's catch up. Karen says, bye guys, it's late in the night. I really have to sleep. You need to sleep too. Karen, have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Phoenix says, Danny and Wendy, wonderful to see you guys. Blessed day to you both. I'm sorry, Big Al, I missed your comments, but I will get it now. Toy Pups is here. Thanks for being here, Toy Pups. Phoenix says, I'm in the sun and I really can't see everyone. I see Karen. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. I will try to step on my welcoming game, Dolly, so that you will hear me mention everyone. Willow is here. She says, yes, Phoenix, it made me feel better. If you didn't tell by my voice, I wasn't in the best place. Did I miss your live stream, Willow? I apologize. So does my cat. Stephen says, great workout to Jamie. Karen says, I posted a short, Jamie. Willow says, hope all is good. Raven, how are you, my friend? Phoenix says, Raven, I'm glad you made it. You're back home from trip. Safe. Good to see you. And Big Al says, I have no idea, Yogi. It was out from 10 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. That's a good long ride. I went shopping, so that was about an hour riding, 30 minutes. How are you? I didn't remember if you mentioned that you bought a cart or a basket to get your stuff back. Karen says, hi to Yoda. Danny says, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Karen. Hey, Wendy. Wendy said, hi. Wendy, I appreciate that. All approximations. Gotcha. Phoenix says, it's a wonderful day. I'm sitting in the sun, getting sunburned, excited. Enjoyed the sun. Raven says, so to Cat and Jack. Seppa says, Phoenix, aim for the eyes. Phoenix says, Jamie Brown, good to see you. Big Al says, yeah, I get that, scroll mate. Oh, Big Al, thanks, mate. There's my first chat with that chat. And if you want, it has relaxing evening, my end for sure. Raven says, sorry, Willow. Willow says, all good, Yogi. Yes, it's not good. Let's make it better. Danny says, Yogi, we're getting strong and severe storms. It looked like we were too when I was out walking, but they passed us by, at least for now. Be safe, Danny. Hey, cameraman. Cameraman says, greetings, everyone. Phoenix says, I'm so sorry, Willa. Temper says, I've got some old, interesting topics I made a reading on. 18th century beekeeping, for one. Nice. You guy says, Yogi, no basket, just a backpack and a bag for life. Gotcha. You ever think about getting some kind of basket or something? For some maybe bigger shopping trips? Fried Chicken says, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let me ask you a question. If you had chicken that was fried in Tennessee and chicken that was fried in Kentucky, do you think you could tell the difference? Kat, I saw you post something about Course in Miracles students and the ego, but I don't see it. What was your statement, Kat? Very, very, very much interested in your perspective, my friend. We got some love from Toy Pups. Willow, let's keep rephrasing that. So when you say to yourself, it can't get better, then say, but what if it could? What if things could get better? Big Ass says, not until I'm 60. Fair enough. Cat says, because I took it back. Well, give it back. That's not fair. Danny says, I miss Songahan here. I think it's been about 2 days since we've seen Songahan. Big Al gets, you know what, Big Al, I want to be here. That's another 30 years. Good God, man, I'm going to be 90 when 31 years. I'll be 91. But you know what? I'm going to push myself to make it because at 91, I'm going to give on Big Al's birthday. I'm going to give him a basket. I'm going to give him a bike basket. You've given me a reason to make it to 91. My dad made it to 94. Tomorrow, guys, would have been my mom's 94th birthday. She passed away in 2011. Willa says, that's what I mean. I've been hiding something and it's about Rusty. Who are you hiding it from? You never have to hide anything from us, Willa. I hope at this point, Willow, in our friendship and our friendship with that you have with everyone here, that this is an absolute place of total acceptance. I can't promise you that somewhere, sometime, somebody might judge something. I can promise you that I won't judge. I can promise you that everyone here, even if they find themselves judging, they'll let it go. They will accept you and they will love you. Hey, Shirley. Oh, Sniper, I'd love if you read Soul of the White Ant.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You keep chatting away. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I've got a present for you.
Okay.
It's a present
Shirley
for
says,
you, but it's not for you.
Okay. I'm curious. Shirley says, Will, you have so much love here. Go ahead and share. Yes. Thank you, Shirley. Shirley is part of that love. Guys, you will not find a more loving presence than our friend Shirley. This is a place. We've seen it with others. Every one of us, everyone who's ever come up on the panel has shared something that they did not realize they would ever share on YouTube. I think Big Al would vouch for that as well.
What was that, Yogi? Sorry, I was here, but I weren't here.
I was saying that everyone who's come up on the panel at one time or another has shared something that was probably unexpected, that they didn't think it was something they'd ever share on a YouTube channel. That we open up to each other on things that have been hurtful, things that we don't understand, all kinds of stuff.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Sorry, I had a bit of I don't know, frog in my throat.
Hey, Big Al, listen to this. This is from Cat and Jack, a lovely invitation, telling me I can sit on the porch with me at 90 and we can chuckle at Big Al. So
that
that's
sounds
my
like
plan.
a good idea.
That's my plan. Cat and Jack and I are going to sit. I'll be 90. Cat will be, I think, 36, 37. And no, I guess, come on, 47. And you'll be riding around with your basket, and Cat and I will be chuckling at you.
Well, Kat said something last night. Skits was talking about mushy peas, and Kat said it's getting a bit boring now, or it's getting a bit old now. So she's really going to dislike me. But I have something to show you, Yogi. It is mushy peas.
Now, is this the preferable brand?
No, these were 60 pence from my local co-op, so I grabbed them.
So you're showing me discount peas. Discounted mushy peas.
Mushy peas are mushy peas. It's just the brand is it's not like well, I don't even know. Like, but they are vegan. Right there. One of your 5 a day and they're vegan.
Hey, how much fiber? It says a great source of fiber. How much fiber?
Well, you carry on with the chat. I'll have a look at the tin because I have dyslexia, so it'll take me a minute.
Okay. Hey, Asia, my friend. Asia says, howdy, lovely folks. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Asia, one of my all-time favorite writers. Asia is a beautiful writer, very creative. And when she sends me something, I never know what it's going to be, meaning she doesn't have a particular theme. She's just creative, wonderful. I have a plan now. Cat, you've given me a goal. This is what I'm training for. I'm training to sit on the porch with Cat and Jack. Of course, I'm going to be shaking either a cane or a rake. I don't plan on needing a cane. My dad didn't need a cane until he was 91 or so. And it was only towards the end of his life that he used a walker, and that was for balance. But I might want to have a cane just so I can shake it at people.
So I've got a couple of complaints. My first one is Squirrel Sniper saying, "What a waste of 60 pence. There are worse things to spend 60 pence on." And to Raven, it's not really a complaint. It's an agreement. He says mushy peas, cheap ones are the same, just in a different package. And I agree. Mushy peas are mushy peas. And Yogi, I've looked, and mushy peas are a source of fiber as they contain at least 1.5 grams fiber per 100 kcals.
That's a pretty good amount of fiber. Hey, Jovan.
And it's a 300-gram tin. So, yeah.
Man, I got to say, for a second, I entertained the thought, and then I immediately just shook my head and said, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Hey, Danny says, bless you, Yogi. Bless you, Danny. Thank you so much. I wish I could say otherwise. I'm not I guess some might say I'm a picky eater. I'm not the pickiest eater. You can't be overly picky and be a vegan. Although there's more vegan food to eat than there is if you're strictly a carnivore. You might be able to cook it differently, but chances are, unless you hunt, you're going to eat pork, chicken, and beef. Maybe lamb occasionally. What did it say? Pork, chicken, beef, yeah. Or maybe a variant. But there's literally thousands upon thousands of fruits and vegetables, grains that you can eat and combine them in different ways. But as I've said before, and I hope I never turn into, I'm not a preachy vegan. I don't think anyone should be a vegan unless their heart says be a vegan. And
Yeah.
our friend MK is a perfect example of someone who has such a tender and caring heart. Um, and he treats the animals that he fish. Same with Bob, who hunts. Same with Skeeter, Dams Fishing. They with such respect that it would be ridiculous for me to find any fault with what they do, and I don't. But I appreciate that Raven
Yep.
says I don't like mushy peas either.
Well, Raven and Squirrel, I'm not joining any more of your live streams. So nah.
Kat is just walked in from work. She's going to take a bath and says bye. Enjoy, Kat. Well, I'm glad you were out on your bike today, Big Al.
It's been a good day. Yeah, I'm ready for bed now. I'm very tired. But at the same time, I haven't eaten. But it's mainly, I think it's one of the things. I don't know. It's been another warm day, which I'm happy that we've got some good weather. But it just means I can't be bothered to cook, and I don't want to buy takeaway every day just to, just to eat. So I'm kind of waiting. I don't want to leave it too late, but it is saying that it is 10 to 11 for me. So chances are now I'll probably just grab a snack rather than actually have something substantial, and I'll have a big dinner tomorrow.
That actually sounds like a good plan. You don't want to eat anything heavy before you go to bed. Digestion takes a lot of energy, and whenever your body is producing a great deal of energy, it's going to keep you up. So something light. Did I tell you the Ayurvedic principle? Ayurvedic is the sister science of yoga. At the very least, a 5-minute walk after every meal. Doesn't have to be fast or even brisk. Just you want to enhance your digestion, and also it evens out your blood sugar level. So if you have something light, you walk, gentle walk. If you get outside, get some air, 5 minutes, and then I would recommend you do some breath work and you go to bed. Phoenix says, I want to try your mushy peas now, Big Al. You made a convert.
Sorry, Yogi, what did you say?
Oh, Phoenix says she wants to try your mushy peas now, Big Al.
Well, welcome to buy yourself a ticket, fly over to the UK, spend the weekend, and try mushy peas with me. That's absolutely fine. I apologise. I was actually reading Squirrel Sniper's comment. He wants me to eat the can of peas right now to prove it's not a prop, but I don't want to eat them now because I want to use them with a meal.
Right.
I don't really want to just eat a can of peas on camera just to prove they're not a prop. I'd rather have them with a meal.
The question is,
no, I won't waste my peas.
The question is, why would they sell prop mushy peas?
Yeah, they probably. I mean, they probably do. You might be able to get prop mushy peas from somewhere for if you're making a TV show or a movie, and you for some reason need mushy peas. Then maybe. But this is without opening it, there's no way to prove that this is mushy peas. But like I say, I don't want to do that just for the sake of it. I would like to use them with a meal. I got them for two purposes. One, to show you because mushy peas again, but no, I actually got them to have with something. So I'm not going to eat them now. Sorry.
Now, what would you do? You have plans?
Yeah, I bought. Now everyone can judge me. That's absolutely fine. I bought potato waffles and scampi. And I'm going to have home cooked scampi and potato waffles with mushy peas.
Okay. I don't know if I know what a potato waffle is.
I can show you 1 second.
Man, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. Hey, Skits. Skits says, hi, Yogi. Hey, Big Al chat. Sniper says, grab a spoon. Now, here's when Big Al's come back, let me ask you.
Sorry, I apologize for the noise that I caused.
That's okay. Hey, Maddie. Maddie's here, says, Mr. Yogi, my friend. Thanks for coming in, Maddie. Maddie, everyone enjoyed hanging out with you. And Chloe.
So these are potato waffles.
Okay. Nice. I think we have them. I don't know if they're called potato waffles, though. Maybe they are. Hey, I had a question that Sniper prompted. Would you ever actually sit down with a can of mushy peas and a spoon and just like eat a can?
Yeah, I have done previously. I've eaten beans out of a can, and I've eaten mushy peas out of a can, sweet corn out of a can, tuna fish out of a can. I'll eat anything.
I've eaten tuna out of a can. I tend to avoid cans in general. Hey, Betty. Retirement Days, Comfort Foods and More is here. Our friend Betty says hello, everyone. Hello to you, Betty. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Everyone's saying hi. Did I ever tell you about my tuna shake, Big Al?
I don't think you did, and I'm going to be honest right off the bat, it doesn't sound very appetizing.
It isn't. When I was about 15 years old, maybe 14, I joined a gym. Let's see. Marathan says, hi, bro. Hello, my friend. Sniper used to do the can. I joined a gym. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. And my father, as was his way, went in the gym with me and went up to the biggest, most in shape, not like just a big, heavy lifting guy, but a guy who looked like a bodybuilder, big, clearly seeing the muscles, and walked up to him and said, hey, my son wants to be a bodybuilder, and you obviously know what you're doing. Would you mind just keeping an eye on him, making sure that he's safe, and if he does something wrong, correct him? And the guy said, sure. Turned out he was Mr. Maryland, which is a state that I live in. And he was a highly recognized competitive bodybuilder competing on the national stage. And he took me under his wing, along with quite a few other people. Wayne Wilson, who was a professional football player, who had me spot for him when he benched 420 pounds. It's a skinny 14 or 15-year-old, scared to death. Because if he couldn't get it, what was I going to do? But he knew he could get it. He was just building my confidence. Anyway, I wanted to get bigger, and Mr. Maryland said, well, here it is. It's a tuna shake. And it was in a blender. You put in, I don't recall exactly how much, but whole milk. You cracked in some raw eggs, which I know you do raw eggs, right?
I do the raw eggs and milk, yep.
Yep. Can of tuna fish with oil, desiccated liver, brewer's yeast, what there was a couple other things, and you blend it up and you drink it, and it was horrible. And it was chunky, and you would be drinking it, and the eggs would slide down, and then it would stop with a big hunk of tuna right in the middle of it, and you'd have to chew, and it was horrible. Well, I can't say anything more. It was horrible. But when Mr. Maryland, who had like 20-inch arms, tells you drink this and you'll get big, you just nod your head and you drink it. And I did. Shirley says, I love that story, memory of your loving father, Yogi. Thank you so much, Shirley. My life is filled with that. Stories of my father. I could spend the next 20 years doing live streams, telling stories of the little loving acts that my father did, and it still wouldn't be enough time to fit it all in.
Yeah. No, I do the milk. I do the raw eggs in milk that I can do. I've never tried it with tuna or anything like that.
Don't.
It was actually when I first joined the armed forces, my stepdad, I was actually underweight for them. Not clinically underweight, but for the armed forces, obviously they have a lower weight limit. And I was below that. And they told me that I needed to put on weight or they'd have to get rid of me. Because obviously all the training you do in basic training, you're going to lose weight anyway.
Right.
And my stepdad said to me, what you want to do is get a pint of milk or crack like 2 to 4 eggs in a pint glass and then fill the rest of it with milk and down it. And I started doing that and it worked. Clearly, because I then managed to increase my weight and I did the job for a number of years.
Nice.
So it definitely works, but I don't think I would have the guts to put tuna in there, raw liver, any of that stuff. Even though I like that kind of stuff, I like liver when it's cooked and things like that. But I don't think I could do it raw in a
MK
glass of milk
says
with eggs and tuna.
it was horrible. Did I say that already? MK says he has done tuna shakes, but prefer mackerel shakes. Oh man, I make them without liver or eggs. Two other crazy things I've done bodybuilding wise. My football coach put me on what he called the milk diet, and it was you ate whatever you wanted, but every single day you had to drink a gallon of whole milk.
Right. Yeah.
And I went from about 140 some pounds within a year, by the end of the year, to 190 pounds, which my football coach was really happy, except I no longer wanted to play football. I was no good at it anyway, and I didn't enjoy it, but I loved football practice. I loved being in the gym. I loved doing the sprints and the burpees. I loved the conditioning. I could care less about actually playing. I remember sitting on the bench one time, and we were winning so much that the coach was putting everyone in. And he's like, McCarty, now's your chance. Show me what you got. Get on in there. And I looked at him and said, I'm good. He's like, what do you mean you're good? Get out there and play. It's like, no, I'm watching the game. I'm having a good time. He couldn't believe it. He actually ended up forcing me in the game. And then afterwards, he's like, you don't like football. Just come by and hang out. You know, you can lift with all of us, but there's no sense in you being on the team if you don't like it. Which makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
The other thing I did to get big, I went on a 10,000 calorie a day diet, and that worked. The thing is, I seldom ever made it to 10K, which is not, the plan isn't to always get to 10K. I don't know if I ever made it to 10,000, but if you try for 10,000, you might get 6,000 or 7,000. And if you eat that much, what's that?
Sorry, Yogi.
No, go ahead.
It's okay, carry on.
So even if you're getting 6,000 a day and 7,000, you're still eating enough to get big. So you shoot for 10,000.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. It's not good for you. No one should ever eat in excess.
I think the most calories I've managed to eat in a day, and I've managed it for quite a long time, is around 9,000, 8,500, 9,000 calories a day. Wow. And again, that was back in the armed forces because obviously it's all physically demanding. And the ration packs contain 4,000 calories on their own. And then you're eating other meals in between. And yeah, so I've lifted off, 8,500 to 9,000 calories a day for a number of months at a time. And then obviously you have leave and you come home and you have normal meals, let's say. And you notice a difference because you're always hungry.
Right.
You go from feeling comfortably full, not bloated, but you feel comfortably full. And then you come home and you just always feel hungry. There's no, it's like a bottomless pit, really. But eventually your body gets used to it again. You just have to find a happy medium where you eat enough calories or eat enough food to make up for the fact. Sometimes I just used to snack on things because you kind of trick your body into feeling full, even if you're not. You just, you can. I don't know how to word it, but to me, I just tricked my body. I would eat when I didn't feel hungry, and my body just got used to my eating pattern essentially. And like I say, I kind of tricked my body into thinking it was full when it wasn't.
This is MK's own recipe for a shake. He made his shakes, can of mackerel. That sounds worse than tuna. I don't know why. Some raw onions and garlic, ground oatmeal hydrated with hot water or chicken stock, some quark, and a bit of mayonnaise. Tastes like a good smoked fish dip. Would you drink that, Big Al?
I absolutely would not.
Neither would I.
Forgive me, Yogi. Sorry, I muted myself because I was taking a drink and I didn't think people wanted to hear me drinking and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. Hey, cruising, it's fun at the time. Jeremy and Cheryl are here. The top-notch cruising channel of all cruising channels. Actually, let me take that back. They are a top-notch, but they're a top-notch channel. The fact that they're a cruising channel is sort of besides the point. You know, you ever hung out with someone, they have a very specific theme, but they're so much fun, such good people, and they put out such creative and great content during their live streams that the theme itself doesn't seem to matter.
Kind of like yourself then, Yogi, because I come here for the conversations and all that stuff, and a lot of it I'm trying to find a polite word now where I won't insult you by accident. I kind of forget about the theme, and I just, I'm here and in the moment enjoying your company.
Well, thank you for that. To put your mind at ease, by the way, you could never insult me. It would be an impossibility for you. Just you couldn't do it.
That's good to know.
For one, I know your sense of humor. So I know that anything that someone might think was an insult is just Big Al's sense of humor, which I find I enjoy your sense of humor. So, I take the serious stuff that you say seriously, and I take the humorous stuff that you say humorously.
That's exactly how I intend it, and I'm glad that you take it like that.
Let me interrupt 1 second because I want to give a big shout out to our wonderful friend Shirley, who just sent 5 Just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement gift memberships, which is such an awesome gift. I do have a goal with memberships that I hope to. I hope to get to a sustainable point where I'm literally making my monthly income through memberships. I hope that I can make it worth people's while, not for the exclusive content, but for just people who want to support my channel and help me show up 3 times a day. Shirley is such an awesome friend, supporter, and Shirley, I love you. Thank you so much. Sending out big love to Shirley. So I just wanted and Amanda, amazing Amanda, she got a membership. Michael Niai, Eastern Dolphin Productions, Keisha, and Ryder, the final boss, they all got memberships. Nice.
It's such a lovely thing for people to do as well.
It is. Very much appreciated.
To give memberships to other people. It's just so nice.
Ryder says, let's go. I got a membership. Yes, you did, Ryder. Let's see. Hey, have you heard about your rugby?
No, Not heard anything yet. Thank you for reminding me. I need to bring that up next week.
Reach out maybe Monday, you think?
This Monday for us is bank holiday. We've got a bank holiday over here, so I can't. But Tuesday I can.
Nice. I hope you hear from him Tuesday.
Do you have bank holidays and things over there, Yogi? Because I don't know a lot about American the everyday stuff. I don't know about that kind of stuff. So do you have bank holidays?
We don't have bank holidays. I've heard Jace talk about bank holidays. I actually don't know what they are.
I'm not even going to attempt to explain it because I'll probably be wrong. It's just basically the banks all close for the day. I think is basically the sort of very basic outline of it all. I don't know where bank holidays come from. I don't know what it's all about. But yeah, not a lot of businesses open either. Usually on bank holidays.
Right. I know Jace normally has off.
Sorry, say that again, Yogi.
I know that Jace normally has off. Again, that's how I first heard of bank holidays. Was Jace talking about him, saying that he has a 3-day weekend. So it seems they happen. They happen fairly often.
We had a 4-day weekend not long back because it was a bank holiday. It was Good Friday, and then it was Bank Holiday Monday. So there was no work on Friday and no work on the Monday. So that was kind of nice.
Nice. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Willa says she'll keep us posted on the condition of Rusty. Rusty is her guinea pig who has not been doing well. It's a rough time. I guess the past month. Willow has been amazingly strong, taking care of her. She, when Rusty first got sick, she stayed up in order to give him medication once an hour. How is that for taking care of?
That's wonderful.
It is.
Willow, is Rusty the one that wasn't eating properly?
Yes.
If I remember, one of them weren't eating. Was it Rusty?
Let's see. You're welcome, Michael. Michael says, "Hi, friend. Welcome." MK says, "Eating loads of veggies and lean protein sources was my go-to TVP. That's textured vegetable protein, right? One of the most saturating things I know." Willa says, "Yes, it was. Cat is back. What is wrong with Rusty? What initially happened? I don't know if they ever had a diagnosis of what was going on with Rusty." Danny said, "Yogi, if I'm not a mod, I'll keep coming here to support." Well, the only reason you're not a mod, Danny, was because you had to start a new channel. I'm glad you said that because, Danny, you're one of my all-time favorite people. So, of course, you're going to be a mod. Danny's the official welcomer. I don't think anyone has ever come in to any one of my live stream or any live stream that Danny's ever been in without him saying hi to every single person that comes in.
Yep.
Amazing. I gotta say,
have noticed that actually.
I don't know how I got so fortunate to have just the right beautiful people show up to be part of my live streams. I'm glad that they do. Big Al, I'm glad that you are one. I'm glad that Danny is one for sure. I'm glad that all of you guys.
I don't know if you saw my comment, because I don't remember you reading it out in the stream. Yourself, Cat and Jack, Phoenix, and a few other people. There's even a couple of people that don't come into your stream because they probably don't know about your channel if I'm honest. One of them is one of my friends. But you are all tagged in a community post on my channel. It's a thank you, actually. It's an appreciation post. But you're all tagged because I've given you credit for helping me. I've reached 204 subscribers today.
Awesome. Hey, could you
And
do me a favor?
sorry, go on. Yep.
Do you think you could drop a link for that so everyone could head on over?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was just gonna say quickly. Oh, I've lost my train of thought. No, yeah, that's it. Okay, so Mark and Joe were the first people I associated with. They're the first people I started joining their live stream regularly, and they gave me the first shout out I received, and they got me to 50 subscribers. I had 15 when I joined their first stream, and they gave me a shout, and I got to about 52 subscribers, I think it was, just from them doing the one shout out.
Well,
Then you came along, and you got me to well over 100. But then today, through yourself, actually, Rosanna, who was in the stream this morning,
uh-huh.
I went and joined her stream, and a load of people from her stream subscribed to me. So as a joint effort, I've given you all a thank you. I've tagged as many people as I could because some tag, like when you use the app thing, some people I couldn't find because I couldn't remember. Obviously, like with yourself, yours is just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement, but your tag is Eric McCarthy, which I thankfully remembered.
Right.
But there are some that are different to their username, and obviously I don't know the name to tag. I just know the username. So unfortunately, some people I couldn't tag, and it wouldn't let me tag everyone anyway. For some reason, they have I think they have a maximum amount of characters when you type. But no, yourself, Cat and Jack, Phoenix, and a few other people are tagged in appreciation. But I'll jump in the stream. I'll try and copy the link, and I'll throw it in the chat.
Awesome. So I'll definitely head over right after the live stream. But if you drop it relatively soon, then we'll have it up and everyone can
Yeah.
remember.
No, I'm gonna jump off now. I'm going to quickly, obviously, go onto my channel. I'll grab that and I'll come back and throw it in the chat. But as always, Yogi, Merry Christmas, because that's something I nearly forgot to say.
And Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Thank you. And no, as always, I appreciate you having me up here. Much love to you all. I will see you soon.
Yep, much love to you, Big Al. Thank you. The legendary Big Al. Our friend, our great friend, Muhammad is here. Muhammad, how are you? How's your mom? And how is your job? MK says, Backed Up says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I still haven't come up with a New Year's part. Open for suggestions. Skit says, Legend Big Al Bro. Hey, have you guys heard Smile from Skits? It's a beautiful message. Beautiful song, beautiful message, as only Skits could put out. Mark my words, Skits is going to change the world. MK says, good luck to you and Rusty Willow. Definitely. Thank you for that, MK. So I hope you guys go and listen. I honestly, sincerely, and seriously mean Skits is going to change the world. Music. I don't know if anything sound raises someone's vibration more than that. Especially, have you guys read? I know Cat Jack is familiar with David Hawkins. I know Squirrel Sniper is familiar with David Hawkins. His Skill of Consciousness. He wrote a great book, Power versus Force. You should have it back there. Skill of Consciousness. Of course, love, unconditional love, being the highest you can get. The closer we get to it, the closer we put that out in the world, the more we lift the world up. In Kabbalah, Judaic mysticism, they talk about that this is the 1% world and heaven is the 99% world. Every time we do a kind act, every time we smile, every time we put out a beautiful song, we bring a little more of the 99% world into this world, with the goal ultimately being heaven here, now, metaphorically. As Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is already within. Hey, Rosie. Rosie says hi. Nice to see you, Rosie. Skid says the song isn't that great. I'm going to contradict you there, my friend. I love the song. But the message is, thank you, Eric, brother. You're so kind. Man, Skits, I'm happy to promote you because you're doing a service. I would be doing the world a disservice if I didn't mention how awesome your music is, how awesome Skits is. Thank you, Big Al. I'm going to bring that up so I know that it's here. Sorry, guys. I got pulled in to the Mushy P for Tea video short that Big Al did. All right. Muhammad said, it's my last night at work, and tomorrow I will go back to Baghdad to meet my dear mother's house, and she and I will attend your channel's broadcast. Peace and big hug to you and everyone. Thank you, Muhammad. You know what? It fills me with so much joy to think of you and your mother watching me on the live stream. I mentioned I got a video from Jace's mom. I love moms. And the fact that Muhammad's mom actually watches my live stream, the fact that Jace's mom would send me a video with excellent advice on how to be happier, just wanting my best interest, just wanting me to be happy. Someone's mom in Great Britain, just wanting me to be happy. And Muhammad's mom has said some wonderfully sweet things to me. Kat says, we have coined a saying around here, instead of worrying about your credit score, we should be concerned about our consciousness score. I like that. Perfect. Big Al says, I can't copy links from posts, so that's my channel link. Thank you. And the video, it's the lava lamp. Why did it come out that way? I don't know. Big Al, 204 subscribers. Let's get him to 500, guys. Rosie says, hey, Yogi, how are you? I'm good, Rosie. Rosie, how about you? Locked Up says, 100% Cat. Cat is a wise and loving person. Guys, I have a special guest. Empress of the New Earth. Hi, my amazing friend and one of community. Much love. Much love to you, Empress. I can't begin to tell you how much I love Empress of the New Earth with every single fiber in my being. Been one of the most prominent people in my life for over 20 years. Um, her and her wonderful son Miles might have been the last people. I mentioned tomorrow's my mom's birthday. They might have been the last people to actually see my mom. Visited her in the hospice. She passed away that night. Um, she would show up to give my dad a hug, and she listened to every one of my dad's stories, no matter how many times he might have told them. And she was fascinated each and every time, as if she had never heard it before. Um, her kids, I almost posted a photo I have of me actually flexing with her middle son. Uh, she took care of my dogs when I went away. And one of the first people I ever trained in kettlebells. Let's see, Empress says, thank you, my bestie. I hope you subscribed to my wonderful friend, Empress of the New Earth. Big Al says, I love each and every one of you for getting me where I am. Thank you. Hey, Big Al, two things. We love you too. And number two, we're not done yet. We're going to take each and every one of us as far as we want to go, as far as we possibly go. Michael says, hope you get that, friend. I did not see it. I apologize, Michael. I was yapping away, as I'm prone to do. Rosie says, Skits is one great person that I wish I knew early in my life. Love you, Skits. Absolutely, Rosie. Jamie says, hi to everyone. And hi back to Jamie. It says, oh, Rosie, that's so nice of you to say. I feel like I'm going to cry. Bless your golden heart. Thank you so much. So much, you all are my most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Hey, we attract the right people in our lives. Crazy says, I'm okay, a bit tired. Everything I did today. Uh, Emperor says, it's an honor to be here. I literally felt your mom's presence recently. Empress was also a neighbor. She was also my boss. Surprising she didn't fire me. I was a lousy employee. I think she would admit it. I was a lousy employee. For some reason, I got to make my own hours and I could leave whenever I wanted to. And it drove my other managers absolutely crazy. I'd come in and work for an hour or two and say, I'm going to go home. And they'd be like, you can't go home. One of my managers actually called up in a meeting. They all had a conference call meeting, and Empress was on the line and was complaining, didn't mention me by name, and said, you know what? And people shouldn't be allowed to make their own hours and get away with that. Um, we need to put a stop to it immediately. And everyone agreed, except the head regional manager said, oh, except for Eric. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. And my manager was like, oh, yeah, of course. I wasn't talking about Eric. Michael said, that's it again. How come I'm not seeing it, Michael? Michael said, or Sniper says, Michael, you can contact Eric through Facebook. Yes. Yeah, for some reason I don't see it. I'll post it tomorrow. I've been sharing some old photos. Skid says, seriously, I'll say it again. You're all actually the most amazing people I've ever met. And I feel so honored to know every single one of you. Thank you, Skits. Include yourself in that. Are you still on Instagram, Michael? Empress says, you were the best employee. I was a lousy manager. I was a good salesperson because I only wanted to sell products that worked. People liked that I was always honest. I would tell people, you don't need to buy this. You know, we'd have senior citizens uh, spending Social Security money thinking that this is going to help them for something, and it wouldn't. There's some great supplements, but not everything, and not everyone is meant to take everything. Let's see. Kat says every time Yogi points out how wonderful one of his friends he is surfing, more of the same. Not luck, Yogi. Creation at its finest. It's an excellent point, Kat. Thank you so much, Kat. Do you realize what a wonderful teacher you are, and how important of a teacher you are to me? I hope you do. Um, I honestly hope you do. I hope I get that across. Michael says, please, if you can provide it. I actually don't know what it is. I'm not on Instagram too often. I'll cruise through it, but I don't really post. Eric McCarty. Michael, you should be able to find me, Eric McCarty. Actually, better yet, if you go to my channel page, here, my email address is on my channel page. Just send me an email, Michael. Dynart says, good evening, my people. Hey, the Reinhardts, how are you? Big Al says, good night, everyone. Bedtime for me. I'm really tired. We're not going to be too far behind you, Big Al. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming up on the panel and talking. Always appreciate you. Merry Christmas, my friend. Brizzy says, oh, that's good, MK. I hope your day gets better. I would imagine he'll be going to bed sometime soon. Semper says, Michael, I'm sure when Eric reads this, he will explain his AOL email address. I don't actually have American Online Internet. I have an AOL email address. I need to clarify that. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, Stephen. Empress says that was a beautiful quality. You were authentic and not willing to conform. A light in the universe always. Thank you so much, Empress. And you would know, because you certainly have been. For me, for my family, through, man, death of my mom, death of my father, divorce, death of my dogs, a rock. All of that. You've been there for all of that for me. As have your kids. Hey, Michael. Michael says, hey there, Yogi. Sorry I'm late, buddy. I had a premiere. How'd the premiere go, Michael? And I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you for the 32 thumbs up, guys. Michael says, probably going to be an hour or two. We'll sleep, but I've been tired all day. Muhammad says, I love you very much, my dear friend. Through your wonderful channel, I got to know some truly wonderful friends. I love you all. Hey, thank you for that, Muhammad. And you know what? I see you hanging out at Cat and Jack's. I saw you over at Eric LaPointe's the other day. I love seeing the connections that you've made. Emperor says, peace and love to you all. Her break is over. Thank you for spending the break with us. One of the nicest things that Empress has said here on the live stream to me was saying to everyone in the chat that she has known me for 20 years and that I have done my best to try to live life in accordance with A Course in Miracles and yoga. And it was just a confirmation that I've walked the path, however, faultingly. You ever notice you can keep saying something over and over again and it still doesn't make any sense? Eric Sniper says, have to shoot. Eric, 1.4 in the chat. Well, getting warmed up. Have a good night. Sleep. Thank you, Sniper. Appreciate it. Skid says, Yogi sends messages. Well, passenger pigeon, of course. Yeah, good to hear someone confirmed the fact that, I've done my best to live what I talk about. Well, it says the update is I have more medication to give her. Her legs are getting stronger, and she just needs medication to keep her strength up. So that's fun. It takes her long. So this is going to be a fun night. But might not be fun, but it's good news. Mom says I keep in touch with everyone and always try to support the channels because they have real friends. Absolutely. That exactly, Will says, but anything for my girl. So I think in about 5 minutes ish, we'll wrap things up. What do you want to talk about for 5 minutes? Any questions about anything? Muhammad says, I subscribe to your channel, dear brother Skits. Hey, Muhammad, check out Skits' music. You'll love it. Even my cat said so. Willa says, exactly, Yogi, really good. Really, my dream is to keep her heading towards and hopefully make her walk again. Please, can we do a quick breath work? Yes, we can. CC says, aliens. Do you want to talk about aliens? Check says, so she's a good reference. Check. Noted. She is. If you want to know anything about me off of YouTube, you can ask her. Mike Kugel, who came up yesterday, a friend that I've known since 1982. He popped up. He's a magician. I mean, a true magician. And I wouldn't say that Mocha would not stop up again. I'm sure she probably will. Maybe on my birthday next year. She would always. If you get a good reference from your ex-wife, you're probably doing something okay in life. You know what I mean? It says, Eric, sorry to ask, but did changing mean you lost people from your life? Yes. Yes. Sadly. And still, sadly, and still in process of losing. I should take that back. Changing, yes. Losing, do we have to view it as losing? Did I lose my father? Or does my father reside in all the love that he's ever given me in my heart forever? We know from quantum physics that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. If we know from our own hearts that the greatest energy of all is love, that all the energy there is love, is anyone ever lost? Remember Thich Nhat Hanh talking about the interdependence of things and rebirth, and that every molecule that has ever existed is in existence now. Right now, we're breathing in molecules that Jesus breathed in, that Michelangelo, Einstein. How's that for rebirth? No one's ever gone. Sometimes we view it that way. I got sucked into that. I got sucked into a changing relationship, and that I'm losing someone. I don't have to lose anyone unless I want to see it that way. It's transforming. It might be something I completely don't recognize. It might be something that is absent from the physicality, but in essence, that'll always be there. All right, we want to do some breath work. Sorry, guys, I got a little not distracted. Thank you, Skits, for asking that. Rosie had said, Rosie, you want to do some breath work too? Anyone else? You did not miss the breath work. We'll do that and wrap things up. Danny says, hi to Rosie Ocean. Everything looks right now that Danny is a mod and waving. It's like things are back to normal. Everything is right with the yogi world. All right. Tisa says, don't get me started. Doesn't take much to get you started, CC. I appreciate that about you. It says, just wanted to check that it was normal to lose people during a transformation. I feel as through it is them, not me, us. It is certainly normal, Skits. You know, a wonderful book. Richard Bach, Bridge Across Forever, deals about him meeting his soulmate. It really is a wonderful book. About they stayed married for about 10 years, maybe more, and they got divorced, and it broke a lot of people's hearts. And he got angry letters and emails. You made me believe in soulmates, and now you got a divorce. I don't know what to believe now. And he said sometimes people come together, soulmates come together for the sole purpose of learning how to let go. There have been a few people in my life that I have not know how to let go of. Did not know how to let go of my father. I can't begin to tell you how devastated I was. My father was 94. He had congestive heart failure. I was his critical caregiver. I should have been completely ready. I was there when he took his very last breath. I was holding his hand. I told him that I loved him. I stayed up that night and meditated over his body, knowing that consciousness, according to Tibetan Buddhism, the light of consciousness, the last thing to leave the body. Neuroscience says the same thing. So my father was not going to spend a moment alone. I should have been ready, but I wasn't. You don't need to be. You don't need to be ready. And I don't think you can prepare yourself. What you can do is when you're there, regardless who it is, if you get divorced, which is a little death, a loved one dies, you can love yourself through it. Let's see. Hey, Chris. Nature's Dog Realm is here. How are you, Chris? Chris says, hi, Yogi and everyone. How's your weekend going? I know you were going to rest. You felt like maybe you were a little overextended. Willow is ready. All right. And Rosie's in. Anyone else? CC says, when men, Mars gifted serpent Venus, it had love attached. Well, thank you for that, CC. Feels thought in 3D, physically. Think like a man and use your heart. I like that message. Hey, Kanoko, how are you? Yogi-san, good morning. Good morning for you. Thank you for the lovely comments that you leave on my shorts. Get so sorry for the breathwork interruption. That's okay. No fault at all. You know, man, I love talking about this stuff. Chris says, yeah, I'm trying to rest today. How are you? I'm good, Chris. Will says, I've got 2 medications and now she needs to take because to keep her health up. Her breathing, yes, every 30 minutes. The first one every morning. Skits is in. Chris is saying hi to Just One Sue and to Danny, Skits, and Yoda. Yoda says, break. But anything for my fur babies, and I mean anything. You want you'll want to know how far we'll go. I think we know, Willow. And we appreciate and we love that about you. Muhammad says, I love the song Skits. Hey, everyone check out Skits' song, all of his songs, and don't forget to check out Big Al's video. All right, let's do a very simple breath. 4 and 8. We're going to breathe in for 4. Going to be a slight pause, a slight uncounted pause, and then we're going to exhale for a count of 8, all through the nose. And we want to enter in the Ujjayi breath, the ha, ocean sounding breath. Well, it says, all right, ready? So for those who are going to participate, if you could close your eyes. And at the top of your head, place your awareness. Don't try to change anything. Just notice whatever it is there to be noticed. And then allow your awareness to travel down into your jaw, noticing whatever it is there. Everything's relaxing through the power of awareness. You don't have to do anything. We're just bringing awareness to our shoulders, traveling down to the fingertips. Bring your awareness to your heart center. Just for a moment, tune into the beat. Heart beating entirely on its own. No effort on your part is required. That's love in action. Heart beating, sustaining. Allow that awareness to travel to the hips, down through the legs, all the way to the toes. Just stay in this awareness for a moment. Completely aware of the entirety of your body, of your breath. Check in with your breathing. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. We want to introduce that Ujjayi breath. A couple practice breaths. Breathing in, making that ha sound. Breathing out through the nose. Gentle snore. Relaxing ourselves with the sound of the ocean. Breathing in the ocean, breathing out the ocean. We're going to breathe in for count of 4. Exhale for 8. I will guide you through it. Completely relaxed. Breathing in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath. Breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let the breath go completely. Being breathed. No effort. Completely relaxed in that down state. Restful, aware. The mind is quiet. And if you wish, this is the time to enter what's called a sankalpa, which is an intent, a desire, into the silence created through the breath work, through that meditation, and just state what it is you wish to manifest in your life and let it go and allow the universe to handle the details. Just like the heartbeat, it happens on its own. No effort required. Release, relax. When you're ready, open your eyes and I will see you in the chat. You're welcome, Mohammed. And when I see you guys in the chat, we'll wrap it up. I managed to get to bed a little bit earlier. I hear you, Kat. I filmed the groundhog today. I don't know why I'm so proud of myself. So I hope that was good for you guys. MK says, thank you, was really good today. Thank you, MK. I'm glad. This says, thank you, Eric Brother. Namaste, everyone. Namaste to you, Skits. Is anyone going live? Sorry, guys. I'm just bringing up YouTube on another just to see. Toy Pups is live. Maddie has the aquarium up. Always good to hang out. That was Toy Pups. I just wanted to check in with her. Want to hit the thumbs up. I'll say good night to her before I head to bed. All right. Who did I miss? Rosie said, thank you so much. Yogi, you're welcome, Rosie. Anytime. For any of you guys. Do you need breath work? 2 things. Just ask. And if you want private breath work, reach out. It's good says, I think you hypnotize everyone, brother. Sue says, I just posted a picture of Yoga Squirrel doing the plank pose with one leg bent. That crazy squirrel. Master yogi. He has much to teach us, Sue. Will says, thanks, my friend. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Hey, Kat, are you going live tonight? Are you still with us, Kat? Michael says, back from lurking. Had to eat dinner. But I appreciate you stopping back. Willa says, Yogi, keep being amazing. I'm going to pop in and see Toy Pups live. And then we're going to go and it will be medicine time for Rusty. And yes, well, thanks. And yes, I'm going to be up all night. Kat says yes and no. I'm trying to think of which order did I ask? Willa says, everyone live, I will pop. Well, thanks for still being here, Kat. Well, it says, to be honest, it's not that bad. I'm just there for Rusty. Skid says, hypnotized through breath work and love. You know what? I equate them both the same. Breath work is love. Every breath is love. It's a gift. And again, a gift that we're given without having to ask. Every morning, you wake up and you notice, or you can notice, I'm breathing. Highly recommend morning breath work, guys. And of course, obviously, I recommend Breath of Fire. I had the good fortune of a mutual friend of all of ours to teach her this morning, one-on-one Breath of Fire. Again, I'm willing to work with anyone one-on-one for the low price of just being you. And I'm happy to. Michael says, I'll probably have a random live on Monday sometime. When you know for sure, drop the link. Well, it says, yes, I hope I'm not always 30 minutes, but I don't know how I'm going to. Well, I've been taking the time work well yesterday. It's funny and, of course, stressful. I imagine so, yeah. But I forgot to say I had to take her into my job a bit yesterday. She was fine. Noon the hour. Hopefully, never again. Too much stress for me and her. I bet that's a lot of stress for a little guinea pig. All right, guys, I'm gonna say goodnight. I will see everyone if you're around. You got nothing to do, come on by and hang out. 5 o'clock in the morning. Bill says yes, exactly. You had no choice. Says bye all. Hey, prayers to you, Willow, and lots of love to you, and lots of love to Rusty. Says have a lovely night, my friend. See you in the morning. Skid says thank you for a wonderful stream, Yogi. You had a huge inspiration to us all. I am so grateful for you, my friend. Smile. Everybody, I love you. Skids, your smile song should be everyone's theme song. I really think it lifts the vibration when people listen to it. If I could send you, hey, Skits, you don't happen to have like a Kindle reader or Amazon Fire? Let me know in the morning. Well, it says, we love you, my friend Skits. We said we're going to watch it now. Thank you, Willow. It's a wonderful song. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you hopefully sometime tomorrow, whatever is convenient for you guys. Take care.